Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm back here with the Madison Regionals VOD review. We're in round 7. We got Jimmy Pendarvis, BuzzRoc with the triple baby Buzz versus Kid Stark with ZoroGarb, double Mewtwo EX, no burst balloons. It's actually the list I like to see personally. He plays stand-in Zork, is one of his like cute unique. So it looks like we saw Kid go first, double Zorua pass, and we see Jimmy with a lot of energy. We see the N from Jimmy. It was a lot of energy, and he's going with the N. Even though Kid didn't play supporter on his turn, double Zorua pass isn't terrible. As an opening, you could definitely just have like double Zork in hand or a Zork and a supporter, and he's just chilling to wait to evolve to the Zork for trade and then play a supporter. So it definitely doesn't shouldn't lead Jimmy to believe that Kid's hand was dead. Jimmy definitely looking for Regirock or the Diancie here to take the early knockout. There's Diancie. There's our baby Buzzwole. He's going to get going real fast in this one. Knock out the Trub immediately. Kid ideally wants a response of Mewtwo to send up, but he didn't get the Bridge of turn 1, so he doesn't have the Mewtwo to immediately push active. He's going with the Zorua. Finds Mewtwo. See, Enhanced Hammer. It's a good start. Mewtwo a little late. Not sure what he's fully contemplating here. It looks like we have a ZoroGG, the Mewtwo, Choice Band. Choice Band the active. Mewtwo to bench. Then he's going to Sycamore. So I think I would have liked to have seen. So in this matchup, you actually want to avoid putting ZoroGG in play. Avoid it, but you don't just not do it. There's like a line that you're trying not to cross. You don't want to put like a bunch of ZoroGG in early. It's very easy for then Jimmy with the Zoroark should just play around all of the one prize attackers and just go after Zoroarks and Lele's and close out the game on GX Pokemon. So I think I would have liked the ZoroGG here. He's definitely looking for the stand-in Zoroark here, but I would like to have seen the ZoroGG, and you might need the extra draw. Setting up 1 isn't terrible. You just kind of have to not commit fully to ZoroGG. All right, so we got the Ultra Ball, and Jimmy's even checking. Is that a ZoroGG? Yeah, so I would have liked to have seen the ZoroGG actually come out on the bench. You set up 1, you get the couple early trades in. That's fine. He does have the DCE and the Ultra Ball, so we will probably be seeing stand-in Zork coming. He's getting rid of Lele, plans to play N next turn then. And he kept the energy as well. I think it's fine. There's the stand-in boy. Once again though, I would like to have seen the ZoroGG. You don't want to you have the Zorua in play already. Just evolve to the ZoroGG. Like I said, you want to play around you don't want to put too many ZoroGGs in play, but you can't avoid fully playing around putting none in play. Well, sometimes you can, but in this situation, I think I would have evolved to the ZoroGG. Sometimes you can avoid play around putting none in play, but it's hard to do. We see him punching for 100. Jimmy should just attach energy to Jet Punch. I don't know what's with the rest, but all is in Jimmy's hand. He's got the Jet Punch knockout 30 on Zorua. Yeah, that makes sense. I almost want to have hated the 30 on the Trubbish, but pressures the Zorua, especially after he didn't evolve. If this lives for another Jet Punch, which is possible, it is possible it lives for another Jet Punch. I think we just see the Acid Spray for sure. Just commit to the Acid Spray, I think. He also could look for DCE Choice Band, but if you don't hit it, it really hurts. He's going to come down with the N. He doesn't really have a choice. It's his only supporter. I'm sure if he had the Lele, he wouldn't have gone for the N. So I maybe would have liked to have seen him keep the option open of Lele and discard the N of the Ultra Ball. But N's a pretty safe bet. You don't want to assume your opponent's dead drawing. You don't really want to put the Lele in play, of course. Like that's what I'm saying. You want to avoid putting GX Pokemon in play. So you got double puzzle here. The Choice Band DCE he can get. He has a Zoroark, so once again, I want to see him here. I'd like to see him evolve once again to the ZoroGG. Like you don't want to leave it sitting there as Zorua sitting there as Jet Punch bait. See what he's gonna go for. I think he's thinking about getting the stand-in Zoroark. No, we should definitely attack with the Mewtwo here. Yep, there we go. Mewtwo's gonna be swinging. Another Trubbish is good. I don't know if he has Lele in hand. I can't really tell. Evo Soda, gonna grab Trashalanche. So I think we're about to see a sequencing error here from Kid. I have to see what the rest of his hand is though first. So I can't tell what his hand is. We definitely want to see more options than 2 cards though. So I think we should see the evolved ZoroGarb and trade. Probably trade the Evo Soda. It might be a Lele, so he might be good with that, not putting this ZoroGX in play, which once again you want to avoid. So we got Baby Buzz. Baby Buzz is going to take the knockout here because he does have the Diancie, and there's no ability lock Garb on Kid's side. See another Baby Buzzwole from Jimmy. There's the third one. B-String's about to come down as well. And I don't think there's enough items in the discard pile for Trash Avalanche to kind of take over. So this game is already looking really rough for Kid. You'd like to think that with all the psychic attackers that you could handle Buzzwole. Not quite. Buzzwole is still pretty powerful. As long as you don't put too many items in the discard pile, it's pretty rough for ZoroGarb actually. Well, once the items get up there, that's where the matchup swings. We're not there yet. So Kid has to make a decision here. He's not doing a ton of damage with the Trash Avalanche, I don't think. I think he might be only be doing like 80. Maybe that might be Jimmy's first item in the discard pile actually. So I wouldn't hate to just see him go try and get an acid spray here. Looks like he's going for the Zorua. I don't know fully what his plan is here. Maybe just waiting, but oh, so he kept Kartana. So he had Kartana Evo Soda. So I would have liked to have seen him evolve to Zoroark, trade Kartana there, actually. That's what I would have liked to have seen then, is Kartana. So the last card in his hand, the Evo Soda, Project to knockout was Kartana. So I would have liked to see him evolve to Zoroark GX here. Once again, I think it should have been evolved at the beginning of the game. You do want to avoid putting him in play, but to an extent. You still want the draw power. If it's reasonable to put it in play to get the draw power, so on. You don't fully play around not putting him in play at all. You just want to avoid putting him in play if you can. So I don't like the Kartana bench here. I don't know what he's thinking with it fully. We'll see the Ultra Ball. Trash Avalanche or Ability Lock Garb should be coming down. He's going to go for the other Mewtwo is actually pretty good too. You just need something to swing into this. I think Mewtwo is probably the most efficient way to swing into it. And I think he has N. Yep, there we go, N. I don't like benching the Kartana. Like attacking with Kartana is pretty weak in this matchup unless you're using it to close out the game. But you can only usually use it to close out the game in this matchup if you're ahead, and he is not ahead. So you basically just put a GX in play for no reason. So I'd much rather have had a Zoroark GX play. You don't want to put 2 in play. I guess 2 in play doesn't matter at this point because Jimmy's at 3 prizes. So yeah, evolving to the Zoroark wouldn't have been terrible. Does not look like Kid has anything going on. Looks like he's just gonna have to sacrifice the Zorua. Parallel City Jimmy down to 3. There's no reason not to lock up his bench. You can't use Lele. The big thing is he can't use Lele here to get out of this N to 3, which would be like maybe Jimmy's outs. Or Hill immediately. Jimmy doesn't really care. So from here, I would like to see actually if you can Guzma knock out the Trash Avalanche. I think that would be the best way to go. I don't know it depends how many items he has in this discard pile. Maybe Mewtwo is actually the stronger play here. Depends what all Jimmy has in his hand. Guzma knockout, going around the Zorua is definitely the way you want to go if Jimmy has that option. But if he has like Sycamore, the option between Sycamore and Guzma, you probably go for the Sycamore because you just want to see more cards. You just want to set up that Lycanroc now that he has it. There's an energy attachment to the Lycanroc. Not much else going on though. Just take the knockout. Once again though, he only has like 1 or 2 items. He has like 1 item. He has 1 item. Trash Avalanche is doing nothing. So Kid's only response here is to go in with Mewtwo, I think. It could be Mewtwo, or he could attack with the Kartana. The Kartana does not feel good. He could go with Acid Spray. I'm actually fine with Acid Spray too. Going for Guzma on Diancie. Oh, so he's going for the stall play plus Kartana attack. I'm fine with this because he's in such a bad position. Like, sure, let's do it and see. Hopefully we get lucky. Jimmy gets to draw for the turn. Thinking pretty hard. But I assume that means he doesn't have a ton of options. Goes for the Brooklet Hill. Looks like a Buzz GX. No, Remoraid. Okay, going with the Remoraid. Ability Lock Garb is not set up yet, so there's no reason for him to like play around it. Still up to this point. Just set up the Actillery if you can. Kind of forces Kid to want to find the Ability Lock Garb as well. Choice been on Baby Buzz. And okay, he's got the Sycamore. That's pretty good from Jimmy. If he gets Floatstone here, he should be rolling. I mean, Floatstone Energy should be Floatstone in a strong or a beast should be a knockout on Kartana. Don't think we see the Floatstone in Jimmy's hand right now though. Chill for a turn. Once again though, he only has 1 item, I think. Maybe 2 now. I think it's still just 1. He has a couple tools in play now that can be blowered for extra items. So finally, a Kid might be able to get some items going. He's got Blower, Ultra Ball. I don't know if he has any Lele's left. Definitely want to go for Lele here. Don't want to go with the Blower. Hopefully he has a Lele left. Looks like a Lele. There we go. Lele. Grab Sycamore. N. So N's not good here. I mean, N's okay. I think you just have to go for Sycamore. You have to find something to do on your turn. Like, there's no way you're going to do anything on your turn if you N. So I think it's a Sycamore. Hope they don't have it. And then you follow up with N on the next turn, hopefully. But if you N now instead of Sycamore, you're just not, you're ending yourself to 3. Like, you're not going to do anything on your turn. The chance of you drawing anything to do is, like, so low. Just go for the Sycamore. Try and do something. And he's just going to pass. Jimmy with the Ultra Ball. This should be for Artillery. There we go. Artillery's out. Here's where it's going to start to get really rough for Kid. I don't see Kid winning this game at this point. Only 1 prize attackers on Jimmy's side. It's also a big deal here. Jimmy ideally wants to just knock out a GX Pokemon with Baby Buzz, another Beast Ring coming in, set up another Buzzwole. If he gets Lycanroc online here, he should be just good to win the game. So okay, he's going to set up that one for the swing around. If he has Guzma, I would almost like to see Guzma up to Garbodor. The Mewtwo's fine. I don't know. We'll see what he has. Got the Floatstone. The Floatstone Sycamore is about as good as it gets. Lycanroc, and yeah, we're gonna see the scoop from Kid. All right, yeah, there's not much he could have done as a follow up to that. So that goes game 1 to Jimmy. I think the big things to mention out of this game, we talked about him. Don't be afraid. You want to avoid putting Zoroark in play, but put it in that situation for Kid. Put the Zoroark in play. Draw the extra cards. Don't just leave your Zeruas hanging. Draw the extra cards. Make sure you have stuff to do past that turn. Also at the end there, I would have just liked to have seen a Sycamore instead of an N. You're not going to win off the N. You don't there's no way you do anything for your turn there if you N. Play the Sycamore. Try and find something to do. I mean, it's pretty clean from Jimmy. I don't think there was much there was nothing probably that needed to be changed on Jimmy's side. It was pretty clean from Jimmy. Let's go on to game 2. We'll have Kid on the start. Double Mewtwo start is pretty good, but it looks like the rest is dead. Switches around a card. Let's pass. All right, yeah, and actually, so the one thing to note here is we did see the Parallel City in Kid's hand. I actually like him holding it here. Buzzwole deck. They don't play a super heavy stadium count. I mean, threes. I guess you could call it that heavy stadium count. So they play a heavy stadium count. You only play the 1 Parallel City on Kid's side, so he's not gonna be able to chain it. The other thing is Buzzwole is not super concerned with their bench space. So no real need to like try and punish their early benching with the Parallel City. He's got that Diancie in hand. Okay. I was wondering where it was at. I was like, why didn't he Ultra Ball for the Diancie? With the first Max Elixir. There's quite a few items in the discard pile now. I almost wonder if it would have been better to keep the Regirock. No, I guess they're getting rid of the Regirock is fine. Oh, it's nice to have the Regirock. Maybe then he gets to attach a Choice Band here. But the Choice Band here shouldn't be super huge. But I guess it's one less item in the discard pile initially for Jimmy. 7 off the Sycamore. Brooklet Hill. Remoraid. Remoraid's pretty good early. There's no Trubbish from turn 1 from Kid. Kid had a really rough turn 1. Hopefully we see something off that puzzle rearrangement on the top 3 to make this a little bit more of a game. But yeah, here I like I said, we held the Parallel City. This man found the Brooklet Hill before even attempting to put a 4th Pokemon in play. Now you get to counter it, lock him to 3. And that's like kind of what you don't want to play the Parallel City down immediately when you play this many less stadiums than your opponent, and their bench space isn't that important. They're not a Bridget deck. Not finding a ton of stuff early on. Okay, so we had the Lele off the top. Cynthia, Sycamore, and are all decent here. It's possible he goes for a Bridget. I doubt it though. Probably see. Yeah, probably see Cynthia. Float active. I don't know about that. There's no reason to. You're attacking with both Mewtwo's probably this game anyways. Just put the float on the Lele where it's safe, and then leave the option of Choice Band on both the Mewtwo's. I don't like the float attachment there. So I think he's thinking he can retreat it to the other Mewtwo. But the only way this Mewtwo gets knocked out next turn is if Jimmy hits Beast Energy, because he already got rid of Regirock, which means he can't go strong Regirock. He has to go Beast Energy. to knock out the Mewtwo. So the Mewtwo still survives 2 hits. So I don't like this float attachment here. This should be on the Lele because it'll most likely stay and play longer on the Lele. You're probably gonna run these Mewtwo's back to back against Jimmy right now, and then from there, it'll lose the float stone, and then but if you put it on the Lele, it'll stay on the Lele for longer, potentially. So yeah, I don't like that float attachment. It doesn't really make any sense. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trub's good. Did not find the DCE though. So the Mewtwo's just chilling. And once again, like, now he just leaves it active anyways. So what was the point of putting the float stone on the Mewtwo? Doesn't make any sense. Should have put on the Lele. Keep it in play longer, ideally. Unless you'd be looking for. He also whiffed completely whiffing energy attachment from Kid. It sucks. He definitely would have at least liked to have found a unit energy to try and set up the acid spray off the trash lunch. The acid spray from the trash lunch. Or even acid spray this turn would have been fine, actually. Would have actually been great, because then if Jimmy responds with a strong, he gets rid of it. Probably just attach a unit to the bench Trubbish. Would have been fine. You start with that and then go from there. I think we see Cynthia from Jimmy. Ideally wants Beast Energy to knock out this Mewtwo. If he doesn't hit it though, it's not that big of a deal. He's not like worried about it. Ooh, the counter for the stadium immediately is kind of rough. We'll probably see just another Baby Buzz. There's no reason to get anything else. Yep. So he ideally wants to, he's going to use his first Baby Buzz to do some damage, and then he ideally wants to find Lycanroc as fast as possible. And then use Lycanroc before too many items end up in the discard pile, and then kind of close it out the game with Baby Buzzwoles. We should see attach. Yep, attach a Rockruff. He's just gonna swing for. There we go. And like I said, like this Mewtwo is almost definitely gonna live. He would have literally the only card he could have found was Beast Energy. It's a one of you play around him not finding that. Don't attach a float here. Attach a float to Lele. It's okay. The 2 dies. See a Sycamore. Unfortunately, getting rid of Enhanced Hammer. I didn't see all else that I got rid of. Finally, see a DCE. At this point, the way the game is developed, retreating is like actually kind of good now. But I still would have liked to have seen the initial flow stone put on Lele. Initially put on Lele, you can't play like you're gonna whiff the DCE that turn. You want to play like you're gonna hit the DCE. So attacking with the active Mewtwo is fine then. Now we should see DCE to bench Mewtwo. Trash Lines comes out, that's cool. Probably want to get ability lock Garb here for sure. Even if you don't have the tool, if you're gonna use this turn, get an ability lock Garb. He's got a lot of abilities rolling on his side. There we go. There he is. Finally coming out to play. Doesn't have the tool, like I said, but that's fine. See Ultra Ball. He has a supporter enhanced game relay. It's fine. He should look for Zorua or Trubbish. You see the Trubbish. It's gonna be psychic attackers for days here coming out from Kid. We see the retreat to the Mewtwo and swing for 80, I believe. So he'll 2-shot it, but the Buzzwole's not 2-shotting him back, so I guess it's not that bad. But if he puts a strong down, it will be 2-shot. But he'll again go for the Buzz. Big Buzzwole. If we actually see a Guzma from Jimmy, he can take out the Trubbish and the Mewtwo, which would actually be a pretty big hit to Kid, I think. Yeah, that'd be a pretty big move here from Jimmy. Yep, he's gonna ramp the Trubbish, take out the Trubbish and the Mewtwo. So it would have been really nice for Kid to have found a tool for his Garb last turn, so he would shut off the Diancie, then this play couldn't have happened. Fortunately, went down that way, and it looks like there's only 3 items. I think there might be 3 items. There's 2 tools in play though, so if he could find the Field Blower Choice Band unit energy, I guess what he would need. He needs a lot. Probably can't bet on hitting that. So yeah, sending up the Mewtwo definitely seems like the safe play. And if he does hit it, you can always retreat the Mewtwo. You don't really want to retreat it and waste a DC, but if you do hit Field Blower Choice Band unit energy, get in there. Not just go with the Mewtwo. Cuts on both sides. 6. There's an N in hand. So I think he found 1 Choice Band at least. And I think this actually has to go on the ability lock Garbodor. I don't think you can actually put this on the Mewtwo. Even though you needed to 2-shot it, you can have another turn to find another Choice Band, or you could just 3-shot it. Maybe it's worth. Let me think for a second. This one's actually close. Attach here, hit, you'll knock it out. Buzzwole comes on. Hit. 3 jet punches. Yeah, I think you still attach it to Garbodor there, actually. I think you have to go for the ability lock and then hope you draw the other thing on the other side. What do you draw? Hope you draw another Choice Band on the other side of your next supporter. But this doesn't feel great. Trash Lance should be good to go though, so you can look at the Trash Lance. I almost would have liked to have seen Kid Ultra Ball that turn. I don't know. He at least as a rule he could have ditched. I don't know if he had another option. The Guzma on the ability lock Garb. I'm just gonna go for try and lock it up. Oh, is that actually a knockout? That's actually a huge knockout here. So once again, if he had the, I mean, if he had the choice pin on there, I guess it would have got stuck active. So I guess it's close. But now this is just actually going to be, yes, actually just going to be the knockout. That's actually a disgusting knockout right there with the jet punch. Fair or not? No, they seem good. All right, that's it's actually a disgusting knockout. Yeah, no reason not to put the choice pin down at this point. I think Baby Buzzle will take care of the Trash Lanch or the Mewtwo on the following turn. So you're not as worried about items anymore. 30 on the Mewtwo. I don't know about that actually. Baby Buzzwole knocks out either of these. I almost would have liked to have seen it on the Lele. That way you could like Lycanroc for the Lele at some point and make it. If he keeps a small bench like this, Lycanroc can't really GX the Lele. So I'd like to have seen it on the Lele actually. Because you got rid of Ability Lock Garb, which means you're not showing off Diancie, which means Baby Buzzwole knocks out Mewtwo and Trash Lunch no matter what. So the 30 damage here actually doesn't make any sense. There's no way he gets an Ability Lock Garb on next turn unless he plays Devo Spray, which he doesn't. So 30 here I think was definitely the correct way to go. Knock out one of these and then you go Lycanroc, knock out the Lele. Just make it easier to knock out the Lele by putting the 30 damage on it in case he keeps his bench small. So here from Kid, he definitely needs to send up Mewtwo. I'm not sure why he's thinking so hard about it. He could go Lele. Yeah, Lele's too risky. I don't know why he's going with Trash Lunch though. You just hope to find a Field Blower and then get Trash Lunch to do more, I think. See, I would have definitely gone with Mewtwo here. Maybe thinking about just going for after the Baby Buzzwole on the bench, which I don't like either. Let's see what he goes for. PC to Lele is fine. I almost would have rather seen it on the Trash Lanch, actually, so you could set up the Acid Spray if no more items make their way to Jimmy's discard pile. Artana, remove the Beast. And I think he is going to go for the Guzma play on the Baby Buzzwole to try and play around Sledgehammer. He also has an N in hand. Not sure I'm a huge fan of this. I think I would have much rather seen him N and yeah, I would have much rather seen him N and just swing with Mewtwo. I think this is like such a cheeky play. It's like too much, and also attacking with Lele is also just not great because Lycanroc is just gonna knock it out now because you bench the extra Pokemon. He already has the choice band on it. He needs Energy Lycanroc. I would have much rather seen just Mewtwo knock out the active, play N and low, hopefully N sticks. That's what I think. That's what you want to go. But this is like this is like way too cute, unnecessarily cute play from here. Just swing with the Mewtwo. Keep it simple. Swing with the Mewtwo, play N. Leave your bench low. Kartana was no, you don't need to do Kartana at that point. Keep your bench low. Maybe you go up with Lele next turn. Ideally, depending on the item count, which I think is still pretty low. DCE to the Trash Lanch. Set up Trash Lanch to start swinging with Acid Spray. Just in case you need it. Because if you doesn't put enough items in this discard pile, you don't find the blower. Acid Spray still knocks out all the Buzzwoles with a Choice Band knocks out the GX without the Choice Band knocks out the Baby Buzzwoles with the 7D1. So yeah, keep it simple. This play got really, I think, complicated for no reason. I don't like it. Now you just lose if he goes Lycanroc. If he GXs with Lycanroc, the game is actually just over. You can't win. And he got Octillery up too now. So just end him down low. Like his hand was decent size. Just end him low. Hopefully that sticks, and then you're good to go from there. Instead, you try to get super cute for no reason on Kid's side. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, man. All right. I don't know if he's gotten the Lycanroc yet. I know he has Octillery, so he should be able to draw a couple extra cards. That might be able to get him there. But if he just has Ultra Ball, Lycanroc in hand, the game should be over. See, Octillery, Floatstone, Choice Band, Pistol for 2. Looks like he whiffed. Yeah, it looks like a whiff. So he's going to swing through 80 here. Now there's enough items for Trash Lanch to take over. So I think Kid lucked out a little bit through this line of play. Now he can go N. But now there's the Octillery in play. So you really wanted to end him before Octillery got in play and hope he can't find Octillery. Now that Octillery's in play, it's going to be pretty tough. So we swing through for 80. Another Trubbish is good. And there we go, the N. But now the N is less relevant because he has the Octillery. So once again, still last turn I would have liked to have seen attack with Mewtwo, play N, hope N sticks, then go into Trash Lanch from there. Maybe swing with Mewtwo another turn, whatever. Just follow up with Trash Lanch from there. 5. Nothing great on Kid's side. He got the unit energy though. So he could Trash Lanch here. And I think at this point, you just have to Trash Lanch and hope the Trash Lanch does not get knocked out. I'm pretty sure that's just the way you have to go. I'm pretty sure there's enough items to get the knockout. He's thinking about Kartana again. Just go to take the knockout and hope Jimmy doesn't have a response. That's definitely just the way to go. You are going under B-String, and Baby Buzzwole is getting triggered here. It sucks, but you don't really have a choice. You just have to hope Jimmy did not draw well off the N and doesn't draw well off the artillery. There's a knockout. Jimmy's ideal response here is just I mean, just if he just gets a bunch of energy in play through B-Strings and stuff, then he can do whatever he wants. Ideally, then you just take a 2-prize knockout. If you set up like a Buzzwole GX with Knuckle Impact, then just go Lycanroc knockout, the Kartana. Then there's like really nothing Kid can respond to. So I think he saw him Brooklet Hill. He was probably looking for third Baby Buzz. It's probably prized. Lycanroc. Yep, he's going to bring up the Kartana. He's going to plan to GX it. And then he's going to plan to put a bunch of energy on Buzzwole. Yep, he's got the beach up. Yeah, so there's like nothing Kid can really do to respond to this. This is like the play to kind of seal the game for Jimmy. He's going to put 2 on that Buzzwole. He'll look to energy attached to the other Buzzwole. Maybe even just attach an energy to the Lycanroc is also fine, actually, because then you have 2 attackers set up for sure. Yeah. Oh, I think he's actually going to get the Claw Slash on the Claw Slash knockout on the Kartana. Yeah, that's going to be pretty big. A blower early on from Kid would have definitely been nice to see. I don't know if it matters at this point. Then we're going to see an N as well from Jimmy. I think he was thinking about Sycamoring, but I'd probably put even if it put a ton of items in this card pile, I don't think Jimmy really cares actually, or shouldn't care. I think Sycamoring there was probably the better play. I'm gonna try and take a look at his hand again. Let's go back and take a look. They're figuring out if he attached already. No, he's like, no, I didn't attach yet. It looks like there's a Guzma Sycamore, and I guess N is fine. I think I maybe would have Sycamore personally. Just thin out the deck of other cards you don't need. Because so his ends do that much less, and then we go up, and then he Claw Slashes to knock out the Kartana GX. He has a Buzzwole set up. The Claw Slash is doing a ton of damage. Shouldn't be a way for Kid to get around this. I'm trying to think of a way for Kid to get around this. There shouldn't be one though. I don't think Kid can get out of this one because Jimmy only needs the 1 prize. He can probably knock out the active Buzzwole, but then, or knock out the active Lycanroc, but then there's the Buzzwole with the Knuckle Impact, and Jimmy pulls it out. Kid would need to like Guzma, knock out the Buzzwole, and then double puzzle back for the Kartana, remove the energy off the Lycanroc, and still just hope. Yeah. Hope that I don't even know what he'd have to hope. Hope that Jimmy can't draw an energy, I guess. Kid's thinking. Cynthia and N. I think you go for N here. Okay, he goes for Cynthia. See an out. See now, I don't know if Kid thinks that he has an out. I don't know what it would be. Jimmy's just gonna bring up the Buzzwole and Knuckle Impact to close out the game. We'll see. Now I'm curious if there is one. Taking their time. Yeah, there's the session from Kid, and Jimmy takes the game. All right, so yeah, pretty clean game from Jimmy. Kid just actually couldn't get anything going in this game. Once again, no turn 1 Bridget. Didn't have the option for the turn 1 Bridget. Didn't like really have options at all. He kind of just had to play with what he drew. I didn't like the one big play I didn't like from Kid. I don't know, was it back here? Is when he chose to N instead of just Sycamore and find. Was that this game? Oh no, this one was the where he didn't just take the knockout. I think he should have at this point. It's coming up. He should have just knocked out the it's before artillery was online. He should have just knocked out the Buzzwole GX, this one. I think turn before this, whatever. He chose to bring up the Baby Buzzwole, knock out the Baby Buzzwole instead of just knocking out the Buzzwole GX. This is it. Just to knock out the Baby Buzzwole with Guzma, Lele, instead of just knock out Buzzwole GX, play N. He doesn't have artillery online yet. He doesn't have stuff on ton of energy in play. You would end him to 3. You could just hope that N sticks. You're in such a bad spot still already that I feel like at that point you just need to take the gamble. You need to, just hope for N to work. And that's like a fine line of play to go down a lot of times, especially in like Bad situation. Just hope end sticks. That's sometimes if that's just your out, then just go for it. This line of play gives Jimmy so much time. He gets to set up the artillery. There's no ability lock garb in play. It gives Jimmy so much time to do whatever he wants. The other line of play is definitely, limits Jimmy to that turn, hopefully, to find stuff, and then from there, Kid can get back in the game on that on the following turn, hopefully, and start rolling again. But the way this one went down, the way this line of play goes down, you give Jimmy so much time. He gets this whole turn. He has Sycamore. He gets the Sycamore off. He gets the artillery. Like, it was pretty gross. So yeah, you just kind of want to limit their options. Don't let him don't give him the time. And I think Kid really gave him time by playing it like this with the Guzma, knocking out this. I think Lele is definitely the right choice to take the knockout here. Instead of just going swing into this, have Mewtwo swing into this. Keep your bench small so like can't go chase a GX. And then just end him and hope the end sticks. You're already so far behind that you just hope the end sticks. All right, I think that's gonna do it for this one. That's gonna be it for round 7, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe if you guys want. If I'm repeating stuff too much or like over explaining something, let me know in the comments below. If there's something I'm not explaining enough about, let me know in the comments below. Yeah, and I'll be back soon with round 8. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.